Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Friday, April 21st, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Oakland Athletics vs Texas Rangers. While Oakland had a rough time on the road last season, winning only 31 games in 81 chances, the A's played Texas hard at Choctaw Stadium, winning the first series 2-1 and finishing the year with 4 wins in 9 games. Sears was excellent on the road in his rookie season in 2022, going 2-0 with a 3.25 ERA in 7 games. He pitched a gem at Texas in August, allowing no runs in 5 innings, and picked up the win for Oakland. Texas is 3-3 against the spread at home this season, and they lost the first series of the season at home to the Baltimore Orioles 2-1. Sears has pitched well against Texas in the past, including 5 innings of shutout ball last season at Choctaw. Gray has had trouble with Oakland in the past at times, compiling a 5.87 ERA over 3 starts. Despite their early win-loss records, many signs point to Oakland staying competitive with the Rangers. Take Oakland with the points. Oakland is ranked near the bottom of the league in several key offensive categories, including runs per game, 3.42, and batting average, .225. Texas's pitching staff has had a good start to the season, ranking 8th overall in team ERA. The A's have gone under the point total in 3 of their last 5 games, and they have scored 3 runs or less in 5 straight. Texas pitchers have limited their opponent to 2 runs or less in 4 straight. Texas was limited to 2 runs or less in 2 of 3 games played in a recent series against Baltimore at home. Sears pitched 5 shutout innings in his last matchup with Texas on the road, and Gray pitched excellent versus Oakland in his last appearance against them as well, so both offenses may have difficulty scoring in bunches. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair between these two teams on Friday. Take the under 8.5 runs. Houston Astros vs Atlanta Braves. Houston's offense is due for a cold day, according to the pattern. That's not the real reason I'm taking the Braves though. In a battle between young starting pitchers, Bryce Elder has more experience and matching success with Hunter Brown. Elder is also facing a Houston offense that's not as dangerous as Houston's, even ignoring any inconsistency. Maybe if Jose Altuve or Michael Brantley were playing for the Astros I'd consider differently, but neither player is healthy. If this game comes down to the bullpens, Houston can match, but Atlanta's has been better thus far. They're also the home team. The Braves might start a new winning streak in this one. Our team pick is Atlanta Braves. The Astros are putting up 5.1 runs per game, a top 10 mark as of Thursday. Yet, they don't string together consistently strong performances. Over their past 7 games, they alternated putting up at least 7 runs, 4 wins, or getting held to 2 or fewer, 3 losses. They're middle of the pack in OBP, ranking 13th, and only 20th in slugging percentage, which is far worse than their 5th place finish last season. Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez have been consistent mashers, but as a unit, the team is operating like icy hot. Atlanta entered Wednesday's series finale against the Padres red hot, amid an 8-game winning streak, and averaging 6.4 runs per game over the stretch. Then they were shut out, suffering a 1-0 defeat to conclude their road trip. Sam Hilliard had 2 of their 4 hits out of the 8th spot, and the team went 0-7 with Risp. It sucks spoiling a tremendous pitching performance, but they've won enough already that it's not the end of the world. Their offense woke up on Thursday 5th in batting average, OBP, and slugging percentage among the 30 MLB teams. They're once again one of the top home run hitting teams, but also strike out more than most teams. It appears they've gotten better plate vision though, as they're 7th in walk rate at 10.4%. Last season they walked in 7.7% of at-bats. New addition Sean Murphy is top 10 in slugging and ops, Matt Olson just misses joining him at 11th in ops, while Ronald Acuna Jr. is 4th in batting average and OBP. Houston's offense is due for a cold day, according to the pattern. That's not the real reason I'm taking the Braves though. In a battle between young starting pitchers, Bryce Elder has more experience and matching success with Hunter Brown. Elder is also facing a Houston offense that's not as dangerous as Houston's, even ignoring any inconsistency. Maybe if Jose Altuve or Michael Brantley were playing for the Astros I'd consider differently, but neither player is healthy. If this game comes down to the bullpens, Houston can match, but Atlanta's has been better thus far. They're also the home team. The Braves might start a new winning streak in this one. Washington Nationals vs Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins have been doing very poorly throughout the season as well as they are 25th in the sport with a .675 ops while scoring 4.32 runs per game up to this point. They have been absolutely dreadful throughout the year trying to steal bases as they have one singular stolen base while being caught twice as a team. Third baseman Jose Miranda, .512 ops, 5 runs, has been brutal and needs to get going if this offense wants to get going and give their pitching some run support. Trevor Williams has been doing well on the mound and has been getting outs with relative ease compared to Tyler Mahle, so this should be an interesting matchup. Minnesota's bullpen is going to be spent as they had to work more than expected after Kenta Maeda's injury after 2 innings and needing the bullpen to pitch the remainder of the game while Washington was off on Thursday. The Nationals have won 7 of the previous 8 games against the Twins, so go with the Washington Nationals as a massive underdog on the road. Our team pick is Washington Nationals. Both teams are in the bottom half of the sport in terms of reliever ERAs this season as a team, as Washington is currently 16th in baseball with a 3.86 ERA, while Minnesota is 18th with a 3.96 bullpen ERA thus far. These teams are not considered to be a great hitting team, but Tyler Mahle and Trevor Williams are not overpowering pitchers, so the hitters should do well. The over has hit in 6 of the previous 7 Nationals games against AL Central teams, as well as in 5 of the last interleague games against RHP for the Twins, so go with the over here. Our total pick is over 8 runs. Boston Red Sox vs Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers have been a solid offensive team so far this season, as they are 7th in baseball, with a .740 team ops, while averaging 5 runs per game up to this point. They have been able to hit home runs throughout their lineup as they are tied with the Baltimore Orioles, St. Louis Cardinals, and San Diego Padres for 7th in the sport with 23 homers as a team right now. First baseman Rowdy Tellez has been doing well so far as he has an .837 ops with 5 home runs, 14 RBI, 10 runs scored, and a .917 walk to strikeout ratio this season. There is a sizable difference of the batting average against this season throughout the season, as Boston ranks 20th with a .254 batting average against, while Milwaukee is all the way up at 5th place in MLB with a .219 batting average against thus far. Freddie Peralta has been doing incredibly well on the mound this season and is limiting runs, while Nick Pivetta has been struggling a bit on the mound, and this Brew Crew lineup has already gotten to him in their only battle last year. All in all, go with the Milwaukee Brewers to win the opening game of this series. Our team pick is Milwaukee Brewers minus 1.5 runs. These teams have been hitting well with runners in scoring position this season, as the Brewers are 9th in MLB with a .257 batting average with runners in scoring position, while the Red Sox are right around league average with a team batting average with runners in scoring position of .240, which is tied for 17th in the Bigs. These teams have struggled defensively as Milwaukee is tied for 12th in baseball with 9 errors committed, while Boston leads all of baseball with 15. Go with the over as it is the best option available. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. Kansas City Royals vs Los Angeles Angels. Los Angeles wrapped up a 7-game road trip on Thursday with a 9-3 loss at the New York Yankees. Starting pitcher Patrick Sandoval, 1-1, gave up 5 earned runs in the first inning, and the Angels couldn't get any closer than 5-3 as they finished 2-5 on their road trip to Boston and New York. Catcher Logan O'Happ went 3-for-4 with 2 RBI, but New York contained the heart of the Angels' batting order as Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon combined to go just 1-for-11. Los Angeles dropped to 9-10 with Thursday's loss, falling into a tie for second place in the AL West. They trail the Texas Rangers by 3.5 games. The Angels are 3-3 at home this year. This prediction is pretty cut and dry. Baseball's most dominant all-around superstar is on the hill with an ERA under 1.00 against a team with the second lowest win percentage in the big leagues that has lost 9 of its last 10 games. I see absolutely no reason to side with Kansas City right now, especially since Shohei Ohtani is 1-0 with a 0.75 ERA in 2 career starts against the Royals. In home games in his career, Ohtani is 16-5 with a 1.95 ERA. That's all very bad news for a Kansas City club that has been outscored 52-15 during its current 6-game losing streak. The Royals are ranked last in the majors in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage and OPS. I simply can't see them generating enough offense to compete with the likes of Ohtani and Mike Trout at the plate, who will be teeing off against youngster Max Castillo, whose 2 career losses have both come on the road. The Angels are averaging 1.8 runs per game more than the Royals. I want the Angels minus 1.5 runs. Based on the numbers, it's pretty safe to assume Ohtani will have a good outing on the mound against Kansas City on Friday. So the question becomes whether or not the Angels can score enough to eclipse the over-under total. My analysis tells me yes. The over has hit in 11 of Kansas City's 19 games this season, mainly because they're allowing 5.8 runs per game, which is the 3rd most in the big leagues. Los Angeles is averaging 5.33 runs per game at home this season, compared to 4.67 on the road. Nothing on paper suggests that Castillo will be able to slow the Angels down on Friday. In 5 appearances as a Royal last season, Castillo's ERA was 9.16, and he gave up 10 walks in 18.2 innings. The middle of the Angels' order has been producing all season, and I don't see any reason why that will stop in this matchup. I like the Angels in a 6-3 decision. Give me the over. St. Louis Cardinals vs. Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners have been struggling to begin to get going on the offensive side of things, as they are down at 24th in the majors, with a .678 team ops, while averaging 4.47 runs per game heading into this game. They are struggling to make contact in the first few weeks of the season, as they are 8th in MLB, with 171 strikeouts at the plate, 9 strikeouts per game. Left fielder Jarred Kelenic has been one of the few hitters in the lineup off to a great start, as he has a .988 ops with 4 homers, 9 RBI, 8 runs scored, and 3 stolen bases without being caught. If the rest of the lineup can step up like Kelenic has been, it will be a great sign of things to come for this young team. The ability to make contact and get hits off of it is important to be successful, and there is a massive difference here, as St. Louis is 3rd in baseball, with a .325 team BABIP so far, while Seattle is all the way down at 22nd, with a .280 team BABIP right now. Steven Matz has shown the ability to pitch well against Seattle, while George Kirby has not looked sharp this season and never has faced a lineup with hitters like Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, Nolan Gorman, and Wilson Contreras, to name a few of their solid players scattered throughout the lineup. All in all, go with the St. Louis Cardinals to pick up the win on the road as the better overall team. Our team pick is St. Louis Cardinals. When these teams go to the bullpen, there is a good chance that the hitters are not going to be able to put up numbers, as St. Louis is 10th in MLB, with a 3.33 reliever ERA, while Seattle is 12th with a 3.42 bullpen ERA up to this point. Looking at the entire pitching staff, both teams have been right around average in terms of the strikeout to walk ratio, as the Cardinals are 15th with a 2.55 ratio, while the Mariners are right there as well, as they are 16th with a 2.52 ratio. Go with the under in this game, as it seems to be the better option for this game. Our total pick is under 8 runs.